Hi, I'm Leather Rock. Welcome to my channel. As you can see, I'm riding on a Greyhound bus, and I wanted to show you how modern and new the Greyhound buses are now. The seats are totally different than they were in my childhood, or even since the last time that I rode one. They, instead of having that fuzzy material that is hard to clean, or kind of scratches you if you happen to be bare-legged or wearing a short skirt or something. Take a look at this. It's a fake leather that's easy to clean, and oh, as you can see, they have real back rests on it, and they also are all equipped with seat belts now. And there's a reminder they seem to want people to wear seat belts, but nobody does. But this is what they look like. So they come equipped with Wi-Fi, and they come equipped with electrical outlets for every seat. Now, did you see something on the edge of that seat there? The person who was seated here before I got on this bus left their cell phone. So as soon as this driver comes to a stop, I'm going to turn it in because there's somebody that's really freaking out right now. I know how I feel. And it's really important whenever you find something that doesn't belong to you to turn it in. Because this person, I don't know what kind of phone it is, but there's somebody who's probably beside himself right now. This is their phone. It's obviously not mine because I'm filming with my phone, but I'm going to put it right back where it was. And as soon as the driver stops, I'm sure these drivers are honest and they must have a dedicated place for lost and found. And I'm sure the person will figure out that they must have left it on a bus and it'll be Greyhound. And with any luck, Greyhound will ship it to them. I think they would, considering the tickets aren't cheap. So let me tell you about the ticketing process. I went to the station in Washington, D.C., and after the person I'm staying with called them, since I can't make phone calls with this phone because I don't have a data plan, my friend called and they did affirm that it was coming out of Union Station, which is close to the Capitol. The day before, if I had gotten the bus that they wanted me to be on, it was going to be departing for a place in Maryland called, what was it called? Hydesville or something like that. Hydesville, New Carrollton. And I knew that it would definitely be an out of the way venture because you'd have to go taking the city bus and maybe the metro train, which is what they call the subway. And matter of fact, how it was really quite out of the way because I got on this bus from Union Station, and the very first stop, it seemed like it was about 20 minutes away, was the New Carrollton stop. And it's where the subway actually is above ground, like a traditional train. And maybe it's a place where buses, people can catch buses, I don't know. But it looked actually kind of like a transit stop. Well, it wasn't small by any, by any means, but it really was out of the way, and I can only imagine what the bus fare would have been for the mass transit just to get there. So I don't understand why more buses don't just leave out of the terminal, and I'm glad that I did it the right way. Now, the ticketing, they have kiosks. You don't actually go to the agent, but they do take cash. It was very, very easy. Easy enough an idiot could do it. And the only thing is, they don't have anything to accept change. And I had everything but 98 cents for the fare because I sure as hell wasn't going to break a 50. Um, but I had 4 quarters and I got a dollar bill from the passenger and I stuck it in the thing and it did make change. I got 2 cents back. I think my fare was $38.99 or something, but they do give you a service charge of like $3.99. And the thing is, if I had to cut the bus that I did, every subsequent bus, the price goes up. So I left at approximately 6:50, and it was pretty chilly, and the rain was coming down. Oh, I had to walk from where my friend and I are staying down basically to the White House, and actually like the edge of Lafayette Park, and there you catch a bus. I think it's a 33, and it goes straight down to Union Station, and you get to see some of the Washington Monument on the way, and you get to see some of the Capitol. I didn't bother trying to take pictures in the dark because I already have so many, but it was a real piece of work lugging everything back. And then I was really kind of nervous because I think you used to be able to check up to 2 bags under the bus, and now you can check one, and they do have specific weight requirements, but they didn't weigh or measure anything. I'm glad for that because I actually threw both backpacks into the bus. The big, I don't want to call it huge, but it's a steel frame. It doesn't seem to be as wide as the one that I had in Washington, D.C., but it held enough to be heavy. It felt like I had a small body in there. And I actually originally had this backpack, and I had two decent sized tote bags, and I had my purse. Well, I consolidated everything into the one tote bag, put what I could in the large backpack, and then I have this clear backpack that I got the second day Trump was here in town. It was actually given to me by some lady that was concerned that she saw me drop my iPad, and obviously concrete and electronics are not a good combination when they have an impact from 5 feet or whatever. So, and I'm really glad I had that backpack because I don't know how I would have gotten the other things in. Apparently, buying a bunch of Trump merchandise means you got to have a place to carry it home. So, and oh man, when I get home, I'm going to have so much laundry to do. And I did some hand laundry when I was there. Once I got there and I got my ticket, then we called my mother so that she would know my estimated time of arriving. And I also wanted to see if I could get somebody to pick me up either with a car or meet me at the jitney stop, or at least walk with me to the jitney, because I could barely manage what I was carrying. When I was walking from where I was staying to the White House, my friend actually, he asked if he could carry something, and I gave him a plastic backpack that doesn't weigh as much. And to a fella, it would weigh even less because it was the strength of a man. I'm kind of glad I got a workout in this morning. He has a gym in his building, and I did 15 minutes on the elliptical, which is not a lot. But when you're not working out regularly, it's something, and something's better than nothing. I actually, the last time I worked on that machine, I only got 5 minutes in, but this time I thought that I would force myself to do 7, and I said, why don't I make it 10, and I decided to make it 15, because that's really hardly hardcore, but it's better than the last time I did that machine. I'm going to miss the coffee in this building. I'm going to miss so much about Washington, D.C. The superficial things and the quality things. But this bus, if you want to see, it's running. Boy, is the rain coming down. I don't know why that screen's doing its thing. But soon I'm going to see my mother. I'm going to see my cat. And I hope he doesn't think that I abandoned him or anything. And she claims he didn't pee on my bed, but we'll find out. And if he did, I'm sure it's dry by now. What can I do about it anyway, right? I found out that right now nobody else is at my place, so that means at least today it'll be peace and quiet. Even though I have a feeling when my brother's birthday comes around, he'll be here. speaking of my mother, she told me that I actually got some phone calls when I was gone because there were a few people here there rather, that I did tell I was going into DC to see Trump. And man, I hope my friend with the car shows up. That'd really be nice. Because if it's raining hard here, it's probably raining in AC. I'd actually prefer it if it were snowing. That way I wouldn't get my belongings wet. I don't have a zipper to close my purse, and that's probably where I'm going to put the cell phone. Good thing about the big backpack is it does have a cover on it with elastic, and it has straps to strap it down. And of course, the plastic backpack is inherently waterproof, but I just couldn't manage it all because the big backpack is going to be on my back, and I could put a purse on a shoulder or dangling from my arm. I have extra plastic bags to put over it, sort of kind of to keep too much water from getting in it. But the tote bag that I'm really concerned with because it has some uh, those temporary no parking signs that they have for whenever there's some big thing going on. Los Angeles does it, Washington D.C. does it. Unfortunately, they didn't seem to do the real fancy presidential inauguration ones this year. There's a style that they do usually in Washington that is taller and narrower and has the seal Washington D.C. and the signature of Muriel Bowser, the mayor. And I think they have more color to them. I have the one from the last Trump inauguration already. I was going to say I had it on my wall. No, the thing that I have on my wall is a no parking sign from the Trump rally in Wildwood. But I'm going to get home in the rain. Oh, and the good thing is there's different casinos that uh, Greyhound drops off. And today, right now, it's going to, well, not right now, but like 11:30 or so, it's going to drop me off at Caesars. And really, any casino is convenient because even if it's kind of far away, you just jump on a kidney, you get wherever you need to go. Excuse me, do I seem a little tired? I didn't sleep before coming here. I didn't see the point. Because if I'm going to go to sleep, I'm going to wash my makeup on, I'm going to put skincare on, then I'm going to wake up, then I'm going to put my makeup back on again and go through all that. Sometimes it's better just to do an all-nighter. If you have to refresh your makeup, you do it, but I didn't even bother with that. And you know what? I packed up most of my makeup, so I couldn't put on lipstick right now if I wanted to. My tote bag is up in the overhead. Any off chance that my audience has not been on a Greyhound bus, I'm going to show you what the overheads look like. So, yeah, I'm going to be back in Atlantic City in a couple hours, and it's good and it's bad. It's good because I miss my mother and I was worried about her, and I was certainly terrified at the prospect of something happening to her during my absence. And as far as Garfield goes, he's an old cat. I don't know exactly how old he is. People seem to think he's at least 12. Some people think he may be as old as 14 or 15. And if that's the case, I probably shouldn't be taking such long vacations. But what if I didn't have a lot of time with him, and there I am spending more time not with him, and really I should be spending a lot of time with him and mom. And now that her birthday's coming up, I've got to plan some things to do with her. You know, she's probably not going to want to go anywhere because she's not the most ambulatory of people. And plus, if the weather's going to be crappy, she would want to. She has to walk with a walker when she walks outside, and she has breathing difficulties, and she has to stop and catch her breath every like third of a block. That's why we never walked on the boardwalk yet. And the boardwalk I find depressing since the cops kicked me off. I can't play guitar, and I just get kind of resentful that I can't make money on it with my friends who don't care about getting tickets and cops and stuff. They still do. I guess if you feel you're desperate you're going to panhandle, you certainly want to panhandle where there's foot traffic, and the boardwalk still has people on it year round because people that come to visit the city. Everybody wants to check out the boardwalk. There's some people that come here that maybe they've never seen the Atlantic Ocean, and some of our sand dunes are eroded away, and you actually can see the ocean from the boardwalk. And in valleys, you always can see the ocean from the boardwalk because the sand dunes kind of dip. And even if you couldn't see the ocean that way, if you stand on a bench, and there's lots of them, then you can see the ocean. When I get back, I'm going to resume packing up, and then I will be creating some content that I'm not going to give it away, but things could be getting pretty exciting a month or so from now. I'm probably not going to be filming in the rain. The last thing I want to do is get this cell phone damaged. I want to get a case for it. As soon as I get home, I'm going to hook it up to the home Wi-Fi. And it's so good that when you get devices like this, they're just like with laptops and tablets. Whenever you get a Wi-Fi, a public Wi-Fi anywhere, it always remembers them. And if you bring that device back to those places you've been while you're doing the discovery thing and you're searching for Wi-Fi's, it'll come up and you'll see them. And it's really neat to see a list of places you've been. And I got like 13 Washington, D.C. logons on this phone. I think that's kind of cool. I'll probably be gradually untangling my hair, and then I will reach the roots and I'll re-dye it. I don't see the point of spot dyeing it before I untangle it, even though I still might do that because I really don't like it being so faded. The last stop that this bus did was in Baltimore. One of the stops is going to be Philadelphia. Let's see if I ever end up getting a seat made. Usually this particular line tends to be fairly empty. But last time I rode a Greyhound bus was before the pandemic. Once all that stuff happened, uh, I was even a little leery of the idea of riding a bus with people. And of course, everybody complains about how it's a bit harder to breathe when you're wearing face masks. I think the COVID is largely not really an issue anymore. There are those that disagree, my mother being one of them. And I don't blame her for being concerned about her health and stuff, but I've gone out of my way to protect her. Wasn't exactly raised by wolves. But it's good to be on a bus. For a while there, it seemed like how was I ever going to get out of town? I was really having some serious conversations with the artificial intelligences, and they're quite lifelike. Maybe not the art, because there's all kinds of weird little mistakes with art. But when you're actually having a conversation and using it to get information and stuff, they are conversational and they are pleasant. Um, and it's interesting, depending on how they're trained, sometimes if you talk about things that might be illegal, they will come right out and say they can't give advice on illegal things. I'm sure that's to protect the creators from getting sued. I've heard some people get some really radical suggestions from my AI. Like, if you're talking about cooking, they might suggest non-foods to add to the recipe, even things that are dangerous if they're mixed together. And I've heard of things like adding broken glass to cookies and stuff. So, but that said, AI is fascinating, and according to tech experts such as Kim Commando, they're better used as a first step when you're exploring the situation rather than as a last step. because this one of the things AI seems to do is it gives you options and ideas. But there are many circumstances in which I would never ever use artificial intelligence. Songwriting is definitely one of them. Anything where it would be on me to come up with an original idea. If you use an artificial intelligence or something like that, it's cheating. It's absolutely cheating. And the whole idea of artificial intelligence getting involved in art of any kind is just so pungent in taking away from the actual talent of human beings. And maybe artificial intelligence has something to do with the design of these new buses, so I don't know. But this is a Greyhound bus, and okay, that sign's talking about Valley Forge, which tells me maybe we're not too far away from Philadelphia. But we might have a few minutes in Philly, I don't know. I wouldn't mind stretching my legs, but I don't think I want to get off the bus. My legs started to cramp a couple hours ago. Yeah, if you haven't had leg cramps, they really suck. But I'm gonna get home. Excuse me. When I get home, I'm going to take a shower, and I'm gonna love on my cat. Actually, I should probably get Roseanne dressed and love on my cat. Or actually, I could get undressed all the way and love on my cat, and then take a shower, and it won't matter because it washes all the germs off. You know? My mother said the cat caught at least 2 mice. I really miss my cat. All right, well, you've seen one bus you get the feel. I will be making another video, and I don't know if it's going to be in Philly or if it's going to be in DC, but thank you for watching my channel, and I will talk to you tomorrow.